Hello, Bob. Sorry, mate, I've been a bit... Hello, Ron. Hello. Right. This is Mr. Aspel, Rob.
I know, it's very important person, Rob.
Very, very important to us.
We have,
right, Robbie?
Absolutely. We've all met before. There's a bit of a danger of you becoming a grand old man of rock and roll after that award.
What's wrong with that?
Well, you're going to be the ambassador for UNICEF.
And what's wrong with that?
Perfect. That's a good idea. Do you think this man could ever be respectable, Ron?
Well, the choice of suits that he's chosen in the past few years and outfits and general turnout, I think he could be quite a respectable person.
Yes.
Yes.
When you started out, there were 3 ambitions. You wanted to hold a job down for 6 months, you wanted to save up 300 quid to get a sports car, and you wanted to pull all the birds. Did you ever get
Nothing wrong with that, Michael.
No, but I want to know, did you actually get that Austin Healey Sprite?
No, actually, I hit it very lucky with Maggie May and was able to buy myself a Lamborghini.
Straight away?
Yeah, and I still didn't pull the birds.
Anymore?
That's not exactly true.
He's a lying person.
And my wife is watching the programme.
Well, you've settled down with Rachel, and yet your longest relationship, of course, is with Ron here. You're coming up for a silver anniversary, or you've just had it, really, haven't you? What's the secret of this long friendship?
Probably because he's with the Rolling Stones and I'm not.
Yeah, we don't see each other very often these days, which is really good because every time I see him, it could be 2 days or 20 years that have gone by, but we're always the same.
What little things do you do to keep Rod happy?
Ring him up every now and again. We write poems.
Well, let me tell you something, Michael. That, we like as close as you can to get to brothers. Same haircut, same nose. But our wives have... Listen to this. Our wives have compared notes, and apparently we've even got the same sexual habits.
You mean you like women?
No, he's a rabbit. Like...
I've flown all the way over here from the USA.
Now,
Roger.
Your friendship began in the 60s with the Faces, of course. Now, is being a rock musician very different now from them?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's so different. I mean, we did our apprenticeship. We did 6 years on the road before we even got a recording contract, and it's so much different now. I don't think for the worse. I mean, I don't think you have to do 6 years on the road, but it is totally different. We made our first album in what, 2 weeks, and now some bands take 4 years.
Yeah, it doesn't sound the same either.
Change. No, you're quite right, didn't you?
Yeah, but I suppose, you know, for all the upcoming kids, I mean, to give them a bit of encouragement, it's always hard work, and as long as they stick to it, they could end up like us. I'm not saying...
Well, all right. Michael had a little laugh there, didn't he? He did, he had a little laugh.
Yes, I did twinkle slightly.
Went into one.
You're quite right.
Hey, Rod.
Yeah?
You got Jimmy Wright round your house?
No, Michael's got him round his house.
We did have him round our house, yes. Not lately.
Let's
talk about rock. You're a rock fan, Robbie, I should think, because you did Tutti Frutti.
Yes, I don't know if you remember, I did a little television show about a rock band called Tutzen Frutzen, which was rather interesting.
And did you play it?
Well, it was the first time I played a bit of boogie piano, you know. Have you ever had to stand up in front of a huge crowd and pretend that you're a great singer and a bit sexy and swivel your hips? Yeah. It's absolutely... It's terrifying for about 10 seconds, then it's terribly exciting. You start getting...
You're
giving it a bit...
But do you fancy the style, the lifestyle of a rock and roller, either of you?
I don't know about the lifestyle.
Drugs
I think to be
and
able
all
to...
the women and everything, it must be dreadful. I can't imagine it.
Yeah, the actors get it all now.
To actually have that effect on an audience, that emotional sort of
Instantly.
Like, it'd be wonderful. It must be amazing.
Mm.
You see, Michael? I'll tell you what, Michael, you'll make a great singer.
Yeah. Why'd you say that?
Well, because later on in the show, I think we might try and drag you up, mightn't we?
Try and drag? Have you tried to stop me? I was Snegorochka, the snow maiden in the school opera. I'll have you know that. So you did Guys and Dolls, Bob, didn't you?
Yeah.
No one was sick then?
No one was sick. I remember some old girl who they totally objected to having sort of Guys and Dolls in the National Theatre, because this was National Theatre's for classics. And this bird was in the mink and tiara roles, row. And, she hated it. She was there to object, so we aimed the whole show at her. And by the end of the show, she was up with her...
You little rebel, Bob.
Yes.
You're a little rebel, isn't he?
What about other kinds of music, then? Would you like to do a musical as such, or an opera?
No, I don't think so. I haven't got the voice for it.
Reckon?
Oh, we should do.
Leave that to Pete Townsend, actually.
Yeah, Pete's the
He's
boy
a
for
good
that.
man. like
When you
that.
split up, when you went and joined the Stones in '75, was that a real rift between you?
No.
No, I think we'd taken the Faces as far as we could.
Yeah. It
Woody-
was grinding to a painful halt,
Oh,
really,
grinding
wasn't
to a
it?
painful
Yeah.
halt. And once we lost Ronnie Lane left the band, who was the essence of the Faces, then, you know, we knew it was all over, didn't we, Ronnie?
Yeah, and Ronnie Lane, incidentally, we are looking after him. To this
How
day,
is-
Rod
how
and
is
me
he?
are paying
How is
his
he?
hospital
Not
bills
good.
and helping
He's not
the
good.
little lad out. He's a lovely man, and I hope he gets better.
That's very sad. According to Bill Wyman, because you, Ronnie, are the sort of man who keeps them all cool in the Stones.
That's
Is that
right, that's
Are
why
they,
he's left
are they
the
a
band.
tricky lot?
I thought it was just the opposite.
No, I did, but now that Bill is no longer in our number, not too much strength for the story. But, no, I did help through some troubled times, I must admit. Yeah.
The catalyst.
Yeah, that's a big word, isn't it?
Well, sounds like a referee. Yeah. Oh, incidentally, 1-1. Oh my God. Yeah.
We got one full-blooded Scot here. We got one half-breed.
Yeah.
And we got 3 Londoners. There was a lot of reports lately about strong anti-English feeling in Scotland. Have you had experience of that?
Well, yes, because, well, it's not so much anti-English feeling, it's just the feeling that we haven't got the government we voted for the last 3 times, you know. Right, Rod?
That's absolutely true. Yeah.
You know, I mean, there's a huge majority in Scotland for Labour, and we haven't had a Labour government since...
Old leather.
Is that why
whatever it
people with
was.
an English accent are getting punched up in the pubs?
Are they?
Apparently.
Well,
Don't
that's
spread
it. Oh,
nasty
that's it.
rumours, that's not true.
No, I don't.
Well, Tom Conti wrote about it in the
Yeah.
paper. He said that's what's happening up there.
Well,
Really?
Yeah, but Tom is Scots. Tom's
so
Scots.
he is.
Yeah,
Is
he's
it past
Scots
that?
Italian, yeah. No, he's saying that people with English accents...
Oh, I see.
Do you feel... I'm sure I've asked you this many times. How much English do you feel, how much Scottish? Is it absolutely down the middle?
Careful how you ask this.
Hey, well, be very careful there. Don't
Careful,
worry
eh?
about that.
Take your time,
It's,
son, take your time.
It's a very personal thing to me, I must admit, and it's something I get really embarrassed talking about because my dad was Scottish. But to answer the question, I think I've got about 5 pints Scots and a couple of pints of English.
How loud are you talking about?
Well, I'm 2 sandwiches short of a picnic myself.
Are you a happy man after today's match? It hasn't been good for us lately, has it?
Who's us?
England, I mean. You were watching England play, weren't you? Say that.
Yeah, it was a
I'm
good
Irish
result.
as far as football
Good
goes.
result for England, but
Talk of music again, then you're both together on your new record, Unplugged and Seated. Seated? Why are you seated?
well, it's an acoustic album. Some of the old songs from the 70s, and it's brought the songs right down to their raw essential, just acoustic guitar, drums, and bass.
So,
No tomfoolery.
And also the seated bit, Rod, was
Ronnie.
because we had to sit on stools, similar to what I was doing earlier on. But the thing is, it's one of the things that modern-day musicians very rarely think of is to actually like sit down and strum an acoustic. You think you have to go out there and bash away, which is nice too, but it makes a
but
nice
you
track.
are not on Ron's latest album.
No, I will be on the next album. I mean, I've seen more of Ronnie in the last, 3 months than I've done the last 10 years because of this Unplugged album. And so we will be collaborating together.
Oh, yeah.
Over several things.
And Bob and Robbie are probably going to join us as well.
Yeah, we're the...
It's a filthy rumour, but...
We've established that, I mean, I've sung with Paul McCartney. We've all got vast musical experience, obviously, here. So
Frightening.
you can use this, I believe,
Frightening
tonight.
Yes, why not?
Will you?
What are we going to do?
We're going to do Hot Legs.
Are you going to join us?
Yeah.
Yes. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Right now...